Hey everyone, it's me, Benji again, here to share a story with you on February 1st, 2021. It is a foggy day in South Korea, but the gyms just opened, so everyone is a little happier here. Our story today is going to come from a country that needs no introduction, the country of the United States of America. The story that we have today is the Adventures of Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. And here, who is the author? The author is Mark Twain. Of course, Mark Twain was just the pen name for Samuel Langhorne Clemens, born November 30th, 1835, and passed away April 21st, 1910. One of my favorite quotes from Mark Twain, he says that the secret of getting ahead is getting started. I also so happen to like another quote that he says about the lack of money is the real root of all evil. Okay, so let's get introduced into his characters. So Tom Sawyer, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer was his first book. And the sequel was The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, who we see here. So we have Tom and Huck. Okay? Now, their adventures happens to take place in this area, which is live on the Mississippi River. Everyone, can you spell Mississippi? Mississippi. Can you do it faster? Faster. Mississippi. No. Let's do it even faster. Ready? Mississippi. Wow. Well, everyone, many scientists say that many billions of years ago, the Mississippi River once flowed across the USA like that. But whether that's true or not, we don't know. That might have been prehistoric times. But now we know that the Mississippi River flows southbound this way. So it starts off at Minnesota and flows southward down, emptying into the Gulf of Mexico. It's 2,320 miles long, and the greatest depth is about 61 meters at its greatest depth, or how deep it is. Can you navigate and do a kayak across the Mississippi? Now that would be an adventure. Okay, so yes, you could kayak throughout the entire Mississippi if you wanted to. Well, today's story happens to be about these boys' life on the Mississippi. Okay, well, before I begin my story, I want to ask a question, a little eliciting. What do you call this word when you don't show an interest in something, when you are kind of like, you don't have any emotion about something? It begins with the letter A. Apathetic. That's right. Apathetic. Apathy. Okay, let me show you my face. Is my face now, a little CCQ, is my face now apathetic? No, it isn't. Is this face? Am I being apathetic now?
Yeah.
Yes, this is apathetic. Okay. Well, let us begin the story. Well, once upon a time, there was Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. Now, they were applying for a job. It was the same job, and the job happened to be the job for a steamboat captain to navigate and go through the Mississippi River. And this is the boss. The boss is the foreman. And the boss, he asked both of them in private. The foreman asked, "Why should I hire you to navigate my boat up the river?" Now, Huckleberry Finn said, "Well, you should hire me because I have navigated the Mississippi River several times. I know the Mississippi like the back of my hand." Expression, like the back of my hand. It means that I know the Mississippi very well, right? And then the foreman asked Tom Sawyer, "And why should I hire you?" And Tom Sawyer said, "Well, sir, The Mississippi is full of rocks. And I know where all the rocks are because I hit every one of them. Who do you think the foreman hired? Get back with me on the comments on who you think and why. Okay, not fair. Actually, most of my students said Tom Sawyer because of experience. Okay, now guys, the story isn't over yet because the activity happens to come from the grammar translation method, or GTM. Now, the idea about GTM is being able to tell a story in the English language, right, our L1, and transmit it to L2. Can the students rewrite the story? Well, the students have to see the written word. They have to see the written word because the scientists will say that the written word is more superior than the spoken word. That's GTM. So now we will combine the GTM methodology with the ALM methodology, which is the audio-lingual method. I just spoke the story. I said the story one time. Now we can say the story again. Or, you know what? I'd rather have the students actually pair the students and give them a set of the cards. Let's try this again. Let's review. Everyone, Tom Sawyer. So the students are working in pairs. They have 3 minutes, and this is what they're doing. In 3 minutes, I am monitoring the students. I'm walking around the classroom. They are putting back in order the story. This is what the GTM looks like. Now, when they finish and I say 10 seconds, time's up. Now the students will each practice their reading. And again, the audio-lingual method is about enhancing or improving the listening skills. So when I told the story, maybe once or twice, now the students are ready to look at the GTM way, the spoken word, and pair sequencing the story again. Okay, now once that's done, and that again, the students hopefully will have enjoyed the activity, and at the end of the story, again, Tom Sawyer gets the job. And I think that the author, Mark Twain, may have been very well versed in Aesop, because in hiring Tom Sawyer, one of the quotes that comes from our good old Aesop is, it is better to learn from the misfortune of others. Tom Sawyer hit every one of those rocks. He knows where they're all at. So he had many misfortunes. Now we can learn about the experience of Tom Sawyer. Okay, well everyone, I hope you enjoyed today's story with a little bit of teaching technique and methodology combined with the activity, and we'll have to see you next time. All right everyone, bye.